Hello everyone, Carl here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Life. Hope you're doing well out there, hope you're doing safe. Hope you're staying inside and finding whatever ways you can to entertain yourself, be it watching a shitload of stuff on streaming services or playing games in your mobile. We've got those lists for you. As it is day 6 of the lockdown list, where we recommend you a horror movie per day for you to check out on one of the streaming services available in the UK, the likes of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Shudder, and so on and so forth. You will need to obviously to pay subscriptions for these services, but be honest, most people have them. And if not, well, YouTube? I reckon you can probably find some on YouTube or elsewhere. I'm not going to say where. But this one, the one we're going to recommend today, is on Amazon Prime. It's a 2008 American horror film directed by Toby Wilkins and starring Shea Wingham, Paula Costanzo and Jill Wagner. It is Splinter. Now, rubbish title aside, because there are a lot of movies, a lot of horror movies called Splinter, so make sure when you search for this one, you're searching for the 2008 one. This is actually a really, really cool movie. It's got some incredible visuals and can be downright scary, but its main pull is its characters. A very small cast, very localized, means you really get to know them and they get to grow. It is an infection horror, kind of like zombies, but not quite. In this infection, it comes from nowhere. We have no idea about its origins, but it's like a spike comes out of your body and grows out of your body, and once it infects you, it spreads throughout you and takes over your limbs and eventually your entire body. You can be smashed to pieces, as some characters do get in this movie. Absolutely wrecked to the point where you shouldn't be able to move. Yet this virus, this infection, reanimates your body enough, and it's all like if you've ever seen Silent Hill or played Silent Hill, think of the nurses and that sort of thing. This is disinfection. However, it's faster. Whereas that style of the nurses from Silent Hill is quite slow and methodical, this is fast. And it only needs to be able to sense your heat signature of your body to attack. That's a real problem considering what our human bodies are. So it stars, well, I already said who it starred, but the two main characters, they're a young couple who've gone out for a kind of romantic camping trip. And it isn't really going their way, so they're driving off and they get stopped by a man who's on the side of the road. They're stopped to help him. Oh no, sorry, it's a woman. She looks like she's in a lot of trouble. She's pale, sick, and so on. So she hails them and flags them down, saying her car's broken. And then the man she's with basically pulls a gun on them. It turns out they're on the run. They're both criminals. She's suffering from drug addiction and withdrawal. And they basically kidnap the pair and hold them hostage. They get involved in the infection. Basically, their car ends up running over an animal, which is one of the infected, and it bursts its tires. These spikes that come out of their bodies are so sharp that it can burst a tire. And it's from there that it kind of ramps up. As one of them gets infected, they end up at a gas station where an attendant was previously infected. They manage to fight it off and lock themselves inside the gas station, and that's where the majority of the movie takes place. Inside a gas station with a very small set of characters as they're desperately trying to survive and find a way out as these creatures roam around outside. And as the movie goes on, the tension ramps up, things get more and more desperate. We really get to know our characters, and it culminates in a pretty damn cool ending. And man, oh man, some really likable characters. The villains of the piece at the very, very start come about completely. It's one of those Heart of Gold style stories, characters with hearts of gold, and you learn a bit more as to why certain things happen. But it's frantic, it's shot pretty well. Sometimes the attacks from the creatures can be a bit too fast paced, where the camera shakes around quite a lot and so on. But the positive of that is it hides a lot of the issues you might notice with a low budget horror, which this is. But it's constantly on edge. It keeps you constantly on edge. It's tension filled. It's interesting. You kind of want to know more about this whole infection, and it will drip feed you bits as things get found out, but never go completely into its origins and things like that, which is kind of cool, because then it sort of seems so much more mysterious. It's very violent and very gory when it wants to be, but it comes in short, sharp shock moments rather than a constant slew of it, because we only have a small amount of characters. But when it does come, it is pretty fucking impressive. And there are some great effects, such as, for example, the virus is able to take over a disembodied hand, part of a hand, and infect that hand and move it around. Could look comical, could look silly, but on the tone of this movie, it doesn't. In fact, the cover is kind of based around that. So when you are searching for this, Splinter 2008, you'll know it's a very simple cover, and it's got a hand on a ledge with the spikes coming out of it. The tagline, "It will get under your skin." Nobody likes infection, the idea of something growing inside you, and there's certainly something taking over your body. We get a really fantastic scene at the end where one character has the infection and it's spreading through his arm, and he can't control his arm. The rest, he's fine mostly elsewhere. He's sick, but he's still got his faculties about him, but his arm is going out of control. Really, really impressive done. Impressively done looking, but also impressively acted as well. It's a lot of fun. It's dark, it's twisted. There isn't anything like comedy or anything like that, but it's got a great set of characters and a great infection storyline. So this is one you definitely should be checking out. Day 6, available on Amazon Prime if you have that account, and you should do, as I've previously explained in other videos. Amazon Prime is a sinkhole of horror. Movies like this exist there, so this is a good reason to pick it up if you've not done so already. Let us know if you watch this and what you think of it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, and of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal, what else is life for?